In 2009, millions of coins moved quietly through pockets, wallets, and cash registers across Europe. Most people never looked closely at them. They were simply small pieces of metal used for everyday purchases. Among them was the Italian €1 coin from 2009, a coin that at first glance looked completely ordinary. It carried the same familiar design many people had already seen countless times. But hidden within the story of this small coin is something that collectors and curious observers later began to notice. Italy has always had a deep relationship with art, history, and craftsmanship, and even its currency reflects that heritage. The €1 coin issued by Italy features one of the most iconic images ever created, the Vitruvian Man by Leonardo da Vinci. The drawing shows a perfectly proportioned human figure standing inside both a circle and a square. It represents the Renaissance idea that art, mathematics, and the human body are all connected through harmony and proportion. When this image was chosen for the Italian €1 coin, it symbolized more than just national pride. It represented centuries of knowledge, creativity, and innovation. Every time someone holds this coin, they are actually holding a small tribute to one of the greatest thinkers in human history. Leonardo da Vinci was not only a painter but also an engineer, scientist, and visionary. His studies of anatomy, geometry, and nature helped shape the way the world understands the human body and the natural world. The Vitruvian Man became one of the most recognized sketches ever made, and placing it on a coin allowed that legacy to circulate through everyday life. The 2009 version of the Italian €1 coin was produced like many other yearly issues. It was minted to be used across the Eurozone, where the euro serves as a shared currency among many European countries. Although the front design differs depending on the country that mints the coin, the reverse side remains the same throughout Europe, showing a map of the continent along with the value of the coin. This system allows each country to express its culture while still maintaining a unified currency. When the 2009 coins were released, they entered circulation without much attention. People used them to buy coffee, pay bus fares, and make everyday purchases. Cashiers handled them quickly, rarely stopping to examine the design. But somewhere along the way, collectors began noticing something interesting about certain pieces from that year. Coin collecting, also known as numismatics, has existed for centuries. Some people collect coins because they appreciate history, while others are fascinated by rare minting variations or unusual designs. In many cases, coins that seem common can become extremely valuable if they contain a small difference or if only a limited number were produced. These details are often so subtle that only experienced collectors notice them at first. The 2009 Italian €1 coin began attracting attention because some pieces appeared with slight mint variations and production differences. These differences might involve the sharpness of the design, the alignment of the stars, or small details in the engraving of the Vitruvian Man. To the average person, these variations might look insignificant. But to collectors, they can mean the difference between a common coin and a rare collectible. Another factor that influences the value of coins is their condition. A coin that has been circulating for many years usually shows signs of wear. Scratches, fading details, and small dents appear as the coin moves from hand to hand. However, some coins remain in nearly perfect condition. These are often called uncirculated coins, meaning they have never been heavily used in everyday transactions. When collectors find coins like this, especially from older mint years, they often become highly desirable. The combination of condition and rarity plays a huge role in determining a coin's potential value. For example, if a certain batch of coins was produced in smaller numbers, those coins naturally become harder to find over time. If one of those coins also remains in excellent condition, collectors may be willing to pay far more than its original face value. As time passed, the 2009 Italian €1 coin slowly gained recognition among collectors who studied euro coinage closely. They compared mint marks, production details, and subtle differences between coins produced in different years. Through this process, they began identifying examples that stood out from the rest. Online marketplaces and coin auctions also helped bring attention to these discoveries. Collectors around the world could now share photos, compare their coins, and discuss the characteristics that made certain pieces special. What once seemed like an ordinary coin suddenly became the subject of detailed conversations among enthusiasts. Some collectors began searching through their spare change, hoping to find one of these interesting coins. Others visited coin dealers or searched through coin rolls from banks. The excitement of potentially discovering a rare coin hiding in plain sight made the search even more appealing. The story of coins like the 2009 Italian €1 reminds people that history can sometimes appear in the most unexpected places. A simple object used for buying groceries might also carry a story that connects art, culture, and economic history. It shows how even the smallest objects can become meaningful when people take the time to examine them closely. The design itself continues to capture attention. The Vitruvian Man is not just a drawing but a representation of balance and curiosity. Leonardo da Vinci created the sketch while studying the writings of the ancient Roman architect Vitruvius, who believed that the proportions of the human body could be used as a model for architectural design. Leonardo expanded on this idea by illustrating the human form in a way that demonstrated perfect symmetry. When this image appears on a coin, it turns everyday currency into a miniature gallery of Renaissance art. It connects modern Europe with a period of history when creativity and scientific exploration were flourishing. For collectors, owning a coin with such a powerful symbol adds emotional value beyond the metal itself. Over the years, Euro coins have become popular among collectors because each country produces its own designs. This means that a full collection of Euro coins includes dozens of different artistic styles and national symbols. Italy's choice of the Vitruvian Man remains one of the most admired designs in the entire Euro series. Some collectors specifically focus on coins from certain years, while others search for unusual minting features. In both cases, the thrill of discovery is what keeps the hobby exciting. A collector might examine hundreds of coins before finding one that stands out. In the case of the 2009 Italian €1 coin, the excitement grew as more collectors realized that certain examples were harder to find in pristine condition. Coins that had been stored carefully, protected from scratches and wear, became particularly desirable. These coins sometimes appear in protective cases or special coin albums, preserving their original shine. The global coin market also plays a role in determining prices. When collectors from different countries compete for the same rare item, prices can rise quickly. Auctions often create moments of intense interest when multiple bidders try to secure a coin for their collection. Stories of valuable coins often inspire new collectors to start paying attention to their spare change. Many people begin by simply checking the coins they already have at home. Sometimes they discover interesting pieces from other countries or older mint years they never noticed before. Even if a coin does not turn out to be extremely valuable, the process of learning about it can still be rewarding. Each coin carries information about the country that produced it, the time period it belongs to, and the artistic choices behind its design. The 2009 Italian €1 coin continues to be an example of how everyday currency can gain new significance over time. A coin that once moved quietly through daily transactions can eventually become a conversation piece among collectors and history enthusiasts. This transformation from ordinary object to collectible treasure happens more often than people realize. Many coins that are now considered valuable were once dismissed as common currency. Only years later did collectors recognize the details that made them special. For those who enjoy searching for hidden gems, coins provide a perfect opportunity. They are small, accessible, and often overlooked. Yet within those small metal discs lies a world of stories waiting to be discovered. Collectors often say that the true value of coin collecting is not just about money. It is about curiosity, patience, and the joy of learning. Every coin represents a tiny piece of history that has traveled through countless hands. Still, the possibility of finding a valuable coin adds an extra layer of excitement. When people hear that certain coins might be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, they naturally become more curious about the coins they carry every day. This curiosity has led many people to take a closer look at the coins in their pockets. Some examine the designs carefully, while others search for mint marks or production details that might reveal something unusual. In the end, the story of the 2009 Italian €1 coin reminds us that value is not always obvious at first glance. Sometimes the most ordinary objects hide the most interesting stories. A simple coin used to buy a cup of coffee might also represent centuries of artistic inspiration and historical significance, and in rare cases, when the right combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand comes together, a coin that was once worth just €1 can appear in the collector market with astonishing listings that reach as high as $2,000.